Today was a tough day in the markets. And before market even opened, I knew it's a no news Monday, so there's gonna be little volume in the market. I knew this. I alerted my chat about this. I told everybody that it is a no news Monday, so I'm most likely not gonna take any trades. But if I see a nice setup, I will engage with it. Let me go over the trade and let me explain my thought process behind this trade and why I even entered the trade in the first place. Even though it was a loss, there's always a lesson to learn from every trade. So I come into the market and I'm going to bar replay as usual, just so you could follow along with me. Market open, we already marked out our minor buy side. We already have that up here. And I was just looking for price to possibly interact with that. We come into the 5-minute time frame. We're trading, market opens. So let me delete this just so everything makes sense. So we come into the market, we get the 9:30 open, we get the 9:30 push, boom, boom, boom. And then we're just chopping up, we're just, consolidating, whipsawing up and down up here. So I'm not interested in anything that price has to offer right here. So we keep trading, and then boom, we tap into this 15-minute fair value gap. So I had this 15-minute fair value gap marked, and I was like, this could be a potential place that price can interact with, and we could potentially tap into it and head back to the downside, or we could just inverse it. So I was looking at both scenarios, seeing which one price favors. I go into the 3-minute. I see this 3-minute fair value gap that price can potentially interact with. Now I'm looking at this 3-minute fair value gap. We can have an interaction with this 3-minute fair value gap and possibly push to the upside, inversing this 15-minute, and then heading towards minor buy side liquidity. And then boom, tap into it again, tap into the upper quadrant of it, and price continues respecting it. So I'm like, okay, this 15-minute fair value gap could potentially hold and could push price to the downside, but I'm more interested in seeing if price can tap into this 3-minute and head to the upside. That is what I am more interested in because I am buy biased. So it looks like we're heading back to the upside. So I'm like, okay, let's try to see if we can catch some opportunities in here, heading to the upside to sweep this minor buy side and see if we can get a move in there that can potentially take us there. But I would not be looking for the full move to the minor buy side liquidity. I would just be looking for a 1 to 2. I'll just get in and out and secure my profits, and I'll be done for the day. And then bam, we tap back into this 3-minute fair value gap that I marked, and I'm like, okay, this is a potential place that price can use as support to bounce back up. So I'm looking at it and I'm seeing if I can structure myself into any position here. So boom, I'm not in any position yet because I wanted price to close inside of it, and if price respected it, I would have been looking for my opportunities to go long. So price came, tapped into it, did not close inside of it. So I'm just going to wait for price to potentially trade back into it and see what price gives us. So at this point, boom, price taps back into the 15-minute and then rejects. So I'm like, okay, this 15-minute fair value gap is actually proven to be very strong because price keeps tapping into it and respecting it. So we could very well head to the downside, and I will be looking for downside opportunities if we inverse this 3-minute fair value gap. So if we invert this 3-minute fair value gap, we could potentially see moves to the downside, and I will be looking to capitalize off that. But boom, next candle shows that, we still respected the 3-minute fair value gap. We wicked to the downside, and we still respected the 3-minute fair value gap. As soon as I see this, I'm like, okay, let's see if we can structure ourselves in this trade and just get a nice push into first TP, hopefully inverting this 15-minute. So as soon as I see this, this fair value gap being respected, I'm like, okay, let me take a shot in here and let me see if I can aim for first TP, which would be like a 1 to 2. I like this, so I'm going to enter here and I'm going to set my first TP here, and I'm going to set my stop loss down here. That was how I was able to structure myself into this trade. Price starts doing that, what it does, pushing up. I'm like, oh, nice. First candle is a nice push to the upside. We could potentially, keep pushing up. So price trades, inverses this 1-minute fair value gap. but respects this 15-minute fair value gap. The price taps back into the 15-minute fair value gap and then boom, tank. I would like to put my stop at break even, but I am going to be smart today because last week I got caught lacking on some break evens. So I don't really want to set a hard stop at my break even. I'm just going to set an alert and just see what price wants to do with that. So price comes, taps into the break even, trades back into the 3-minute fair value gap. So as price is trading into the 3-minute fair value gap, I'm like, this trade could lose, but I will be sure to exit if we inverse this 3-minute fair value gap. Because once we inverse this 3-minute fair value gap, then that means my whole stance on the trade has been invalidated. I entered this trade thinking that this 3-minute fair value gap will hold and eventually push us up into first TP. However, if this 3-minute fair value gap fails, then the trade has been basically invalidated and I will be looking to exit as soon as possible. So this candle comes and kind of invalidates it. However, it still looks like it is within the 3-minute fair value gap. And then we get the next candle, boom, heads straight to stop loss. This candle literally creates this wick and then takes me out of this trade. This candle literally just took me out of this trade, boom, and then boom. So I'm like, first of all, I was not supposed to be trading in the first place. Secondly, we're heading towards lunch hour. So I usually limit myself to 2 trades per day. And my rule is that I do not take any more trades after lunch hour. I do not take any more trades. Price comes, takes me out, and then starts pushing up. However, I'm not allowed to trade anymore, so I'm just sitting on my hands, just waiting. It's been respecting this trend, and price can literally do whatever. So, I'm just gonna sit this one out. Firstly, it's a no news Monday. Barely any volume, as you can see. There's barely any volume. Price is literally just consolidating around here, respecting the 15-minute, coming down back into the 3-minute, respecting it, pushing up, respecting this 15-minute, coming back. It's just literally just consolidating. So when price shows things like this, I'm like, dude, there's no reason to continue trading. So I am done for the day. We're going to end the week in profit. Like, we are going to end the week profitably. All I have to do is just follow my rules, follow my trading plan, and we will end the week profitably. The mistake that I did today was that I knew that during no news Mondays, price literally tends to have low volume and price tends to, consolidate and do a whole bunch of weird things. So the best thing for me to have done today is simply to sit out the market and wait for tomorrow. But no, I'm just done for the day. I'm not touching the charts anymore until tomorrow. I am not executing any more trades until tomorrow. Better opportunity will present itself this week. And boy, oh boy, when better opportunity presents itself this week, I will capitalize on it in a heartbeat. That is it for the trading recap for today. If you want access to my live trading, link is in my bio, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.